Hi everyone, thank you for volunteering at our Swab drive. I want to go through just a little bit of instruction on how to properly do the swab and for us to be able to process it in an efficient manner. So let's start from the very beginning. Somebody walks up to the table. Hi, I'm interested in getting tested. How do I go about doing it? Well, the first thing to do is they should take out their phone, if they have a smartphone, and scan the QR code. That'll pop up a digital form. They'll click on that form. It's usually a yellow bar that pops up. They'll click on it, and that'll take them to a digital form to fill out. And that's going to ask them basic questions, their contact information, medical questions such as, are they diabetic? Diabetic cannot donate their kidney. Are they on different medications? Do they have issues with blood pressure? Do they have family histories of different illnesses or anything of the sort? And the form will sift out those that are not eligible. So they may get a message after they click on a few things. They may get a message that says, oh, sorry, you're disqualified and not able to donate based on whatever reason. And that will happen for some people that are going to get swabbed. The response to that is, thank you so much for coming. Take a squishy kidney, I don't know, whatever you want to give them. But thank you, you're not eligible to donate. But let's say they are eligible to donate. So they've scanned this with their phone. By the way, if they don't have a smartphone, if they want to borrow somebody else's phone, it can be done on someone else's phone. It's fine. There's no limit. So you can just do it 1,000,000 times on one phone is also fine. Usually we do send paper forms just in case there are any problems, but we prefer not using them because not everybody's handwriting is so great and that gets lost in translation. So they're scanning the phone with their phone. They're filling out the form. The form takes roughly about 5 to 6 minutes to fill out. People who are of a little bit of an older age bracket sometimes take a little bit longer filling things out on their phone, but generally it's about 5 to 6 minutes. You'll notice on the form that there are certain questions that have a red star next to them. That means those are obligatory. Their name, their contact information, some of the medical questions. And then there are questions that are just regular questions. If they can fill it out, great. If they don't want to fill those out, also fine, and they can move to the next step, as long as they fill out the required things. When they finish the form, it's 2 pages that they're going to click through. When they finish that, so then it will generate a unique code, a unique number on the screen. And that number, they should keep in mind. And I'm going to show you what to do with that number in just a second. But before we do that, sometimes let me do some troubleshooting on the forms. Sometimes they'll be like, I can't click on it, it's not going to submit. So if you take a look scroll up and take a look, usually there's one of the stars that they didn't, the asterisks that they didn't actually fill out. So make sure they filled it out. Common ones, just between me and you, very often marital status for some reason people skip or forget to fill out. The signature thing, sometimes they forget to hit save on that. They might have wrote their signature, but they forgot to hit save. Whatever, you'll see it if you have problems. Of course, you could always reach me and we could troubleshoot it as well. But let's go through what to do next. So they got a form. Excellent. Let's take the next step. They got a number, I should say. So here's the next step. You're going to take one of these envelopes, take out the swabbing kit from the envelope. The way the swabbing kit is structured is there are 4 Q-tips, 2 in each one of these. So they're going to take all 4 Q-tips and they're going to be putting it in their mouth, as I'm going to explain in a second. But before they do that, here's what I want you, the volunteer, to do. I want you to write their name on that form. So you'll see over here, it says name, it says date, and it says D number. What I want, or what we need, is the name and the D number. The date you don't have to worry about because it's from a drive. We know when that drive is, and they don't have to fill that out. But the D number is important. If your particular kit is one of the older versions that doesn't have the space for a D number, just write it anywhere. But we need a name and a D number. That's how we're going to be able to identify their particular swab. So their phone, when they finish their form, is going to say D41832. Okay, great. I'm going to write in D41832. Name. I'll write my name. And you want to be careful. Don't use mine as an example, but you want to try and have nice penmanship. I didn't do so well in my penmanship grades in elementary school. So you want to have nice penmanship, preferably because the secretaries in the office need to be able to read it so they can enter in the information properly. So make sure that you wrote the name and you wrote the D number. After that, we're ready to do the swabbing. There are instructions over here if you want to read them, but I'm really going to go through the basics so that you don't have to go through that with them each time. So let's take it like this. Let's do the swab. I'm not going to actually swab. I'm just going to show you. Nobody wants to see the inside of my mouth. So let me just show you what it's like. But basically, you have 4 Q-tips. And you're doing one for each part of their mouth. So 1 Q-tip for the top right, 1 for the bottom right, 1 for the top left, and 1 for the bottom left. Not you. They are doing it themselves. You are not to do the swabbing. You're not sticking your hands anywhere near their face. They are going to do it on their own. So they're going to take 1 Q-tip and they're going to start on the top right. What they're doing is they're twirling it around on the inside of their cheek, not their gum, but the cheek. They're pulling off skin cells, or cheek cells, I guess, from the inside of their cheek. So they're twirling it around for about 10 seconds. I like to advise people to swallow first, especially if they were just eating something, because otherwise it gets kind of gross when they put it down. But they're going to do the inside of their cheek, not their gum, for about 10 seconds. And they're going to do top right, top left, bottom left. The order actually doesn't matter. So if they go out of order, that's fine. It's just 1 Q-tip for each quadrant, each part of their mouth. When they're finished with that, they're going to take this form. You could even start this for them. If you want, peel this sticky thing off and place the swab like this on the sticky thing. So at the end, you're going to have all 4 on here. And when you're finished with that, you can just go like that, or this could be garbage too, not a big deal. And then you fold it up, put it back in the envelope. Do not seal the envelope. Just put it and then put it to the side into a bag or a container so we have all of the used swabs, which we can then collect later. And that really is, in a nutshell, how to do a swab. It's a pretty simple process. The form itself takes around 5-6 minutes. The swab itself is 10 seconds each, so that's 40 seconds of time. Remember, you're writing their name and you're writing their D number clearly. Then you're giving it back to them and they are doing the swab. You're instructing them how to do it, they're doing it, and then they're handing it back to you. You're putting it in the pile of completed swabs, which we will then collect, send in, and hopefully save some lives. Thank you all so much, and Hatzlacha Rabbah.